Alright, so what's going on, guys? Nitro here. Hope you guys are having a fantastic week. And today, I'm bringing you guys episode 3 of Let's Talk. This is a video series where I discuss some more serious topics, and today we're actually doing a little bit of a news story and kind of looking at the different opinions that are coming from this story. So, the story is basically that a 24-year-old woman in Belgium has been given the right to die by doctors. She's apparently suicidal. She's had depression since she was a child and has attempted suicide multiple times. And because of this, she has requested to be euthanized under Belgium law, even though she doesn't have any sort of terminal illness or disease. For those of you that don't know, Belgium does have a euthanasia law where if you are terminally ill, you can request, and in some cases, this is approved, where you can be euthanized by a doctor. And obviously this is, of course, for people who are in a lot of pain and would rather die than suffer through that when you are terminally ill. But the controversy from this is coming from the fact that she's not terminally ill. Yes, she is depressed, but she doesn't have any sort of disease that is killing her. Now, this is where the argument comes in. While some people would say, well, depression is a very serious disease, and I would agree with that. But the main opposing argument comes from the fact that she is a person suffering from depression, and rather than trying to get help, she is requesting to just end it and let doctors kill her, essentially. So let's look a little bit more into this person. She is identified just by the name Laura. She is 24 years old and has been in a psychiatric institution since the age of 21. Now, like I said, she does claim to have had depression since she was a child, and since then she has attempted suicide multiple times, hence her being inside the hospital. And she has since told doctors and journalists that death feels to me not like a choice. If I had a choice, I would choose a bearable life, but I've done everything and that was unsuccessful, and because of that she is requesting to be euthanized. And that request has been approved, although the date of the euthanization has not been set yet. Now, all this is legal in Belgium. In 2012, there were 1,432 people that were euthanized by doctors. Now, the number has since increased because in 2013 there were 1,807 deaths. Now, most of these patients were over 70 years old, most of them either dying from old age, some terminal illness, but the fact that this woman is 24 years old kind of does concern me. There are some people who oppose this. They're saying that, well, too many people are choosing this option. They're not seeking the help they need. Even though they are terminally ill, there are ways to be comfortable while you're living with these diseases and these illnesses. I do kind of agree with that. I feel like euthanasia isn't the answer to all human suffering. Not to say that I'm opposed to it. Like I said, I'll get to that in a minute. But others and myself believe that there should be better options to take care of them. Whether that be through improvements in medicine, hospitals, hospices, I do believe that there should be more options to better take care of those people who are terminally ill. Now, one interesting fact, and is really what's allowing this whole situation to happen, is that earlier in February, the parliament in Belgium passed a bill that allowed euthanasia to terminally ill children without any age limit. Now, this is only the second country in the world to allow children to make the decision whether or not they want to be euthanized. The Netherlands was the first country, however, they do have an age limit that the child has to be at least 12 years old. In Belgium, there is no age limit, and that is what concerns me a little bit too. A child who is 8, 9, 10 years old will be terminally ill, will be depressed, and can request euthanasia, and it can be approved. Now, obviously, it won't be approved all the time. It's a case-by-case scenario. But I am concerned that there are children who will be making these decisions, and I'm not sure that's something that they're mature enough to do yet. Now, we will talk about Laura, the 24-year-old in the psychiatric hospital right now. Her euthanasia has already been approved, and all this information is in an article. I'll link it down below in the description so you guys can check it out for yourself. That's where all this information is coming from. But the fact that she has attempted suicide in the past and is now in a psychiatric hospital, she says that there's literally no other options for her. And while I can't say I understand her situation, I don't know what that feels like, and we can all try and speculate and try to say what's best for everyone. I don't think we could do that. I don't know that allowing her to just be euthanized like that is the best option. I'm a firm believer that there's always some way to help someone out, whether it be depression or even just like everyday problems. There's always an option, and there's always some way to get help for yourself. Unfortunately, some people don't feel that way, and that's why they choose to attempt suicide, and unfortunately, some people do succeed. In 2013, the second leading cause of death between people aged 15 to 24 is suicide, and that's essentially what she's doing by euthanizing herself. And for anyone having these sorts of thoughts, these ideas in your head, I please beg you to seek help. Talk to someone. I feel like just talking to someone, and even if they can't give you all the solutions right away, I feel like just getting it out there and letting it out, it definitely helps. That's what helps me when I'm feeling sad or frustrated, and I believe doing that will make a difference. Either talk to a friend, a professional if you can afford it, but I do believe that there are options out there, and suicide really shouldn't be an option for you. Now, I don't want to ramble on about this subject for too long. While I have stated my opinion about it, I'd kind of like to hear what you guys think. This is a very peculiar and specific situation. This girl is 24 years old, and by law, she is allowed to euthanize herself. And while I feel like legally, I guess she has every right to do so, I really don't agree with the decision. I feel like if you are suffering from depression, you should be able to seek help from that. Now, there are people that argue, well, she's in a psychiatric hospital, and, you know, that technically qualifies her to be euthanized. She's in the hospital, she's ill. But then the other argument is that, well, if you let her out of the hospital and deny her this request for euthanasia, she's just going to go and commit suicide anyway. And while I feel like that is definitely true, like I said, I feel like granting her that help and giving her options as to help herself and hopefully get better would be a better solution than to just grant her the option of euthanasia. But I would love to hear what you guys think about this. This is an interesting story. So let me know, what do you think? Is this the right decision? Should we allow someone, if it is legal to do so, should we allow someone who is depressed to be euthanized even though they don't have any terminal illness? It is a very touchy topic, so I advise everyone to please be respectful in the comments if you are going to leave one. But I really would like to get some discussion going. What's your opinion on this? But that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this episode. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you do have any topics that you'd like to see me talk about and touch upon in a future episode of Let's Talk, feel free to let me know what that is by leaving a comment down below. You can let me know on social media. All my links are down below. And once again, if you do want to read the original article where I saw this, I will link that in the description. But I would like to get some discussion going, so let me know what you guys think. If you enjoyed the video, please do leave a rating down below. If you're new, feel free to subscribe for more content. This is a more serious video series. I do make some more lighthearted and fun content, not just this serious stuff, although I do think talking about this is important. Like I said, this discussion is good. It promotes for some interesting conversations, and yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for today. So until next time, guys, have a good one, and I'll catch you later.